We are coming to you live via Facebook streaming, YouTube streaming, and also via Skype. Each one of you is welcome to this live streaming from wherever you are connecting. Sutras of Vigyan Bhairav Tantra. In Vigyan Bhairav Tantra, the treatise deals with techniques. There are certain techniques, that is breathing techniques. So breath awareness is very important. There are certain techniques for centering. This particular three techniques that we had been explaining relates to light. The first technique was consider your essence as light rays from center to center up the vertebrae, and thus and so realize the livingness in you. The second technique was, it may be difficult for you to feel your essence as light rays from center to center up the vertebrae, so between two centers you feel. Spaces between two centers, so you are going step by step. If you have to go somewhere, you cannot reach, you have to start doing the work in steps. Even if it is cooking something, there are various steps. It's not that you take the vegetable and finish the dish. So you have to, if you are learning, you have to remember each step from one step to other. So feel essence between two centers. Now the third technique in this light is feel the cosmos as translucent, ever-living presence. The cosmos is translucent and ever-living presence. It is a presence. It is not a dead commodity or anything. Or again, once again, this technique is concerned with light. Feel the essence, feel the cosmos as translucent, ever-living presence. When something is present, you feel the presence. It is the light, it is consciousness, whatsoever name you want to give. Suppose you have taken any drug like LSD or some other thing, the whole world around you becomes a light phenomena of colors that are translucent and alive. So that is why people take these drugs, LSD or anything. This is not because of LSD. The world is such, but your eyes have become dull. When you take LSD, your eyes become dull. You do not see the reality of the eyes. LSD is not creating colorful world around you. The world is already colorful. The cosmos is colorful. Nothing is wrong with that. It is the rainbow of colors, a mystery of colors and translucent light. But your eyes have become dull with the use of the drugs, LSD. That is why you can never feel it in such colorfulness. In meditation, when you are going deeper into it, you feel this translucent colorfulness of the cosmos. LSD, when it is taken, or other drugs, it simply clears your eyes. It is not making the world colorful. It is just helping your dullness to go chemically. Chemically, your dullness increases and the whole world interrupts before you. It is a new thing. Even an ordinary chair becomes a marvelous phenomenon. That's why when people are taking the LSD and things like these, it's a totally different kind of awareness. Even an ordinary chair becomes a marvelous phenomenon. Just a shoe on the floor takes on new colors, a new youth. Ordinary traffic noise becomes musical. So people take those in order to experience that. Trees you have seen but never looked at are born anew through you have always passed them by their sides and you have been seeing them. Every leaf of the tree becomes a miracle. And this is how the reality is. The leaves, how they grow, how the flower blossoms and opens its petals, all these are mystical and miracles. But your eyes cannot see that. So when you take drugs, your eyes become dull and then you are looking the things differently. So LSD is not creating any reality. LSD is simply destroying your dullness, your insensitivity, and you look at the world as one should really look. But it can give you only a glimpse, and if you depend on it, sooner or later LSD will remove your dullness. Then you will need a greater doses of it, and that is what happens. You keep on increasing the doses of it and you become drug addict, and then you will become immune to greater doses. And really, if you then leave LSD or other drugs, the world will become duller and duller for you. Then you become very insensitive. Sometimes people come with different problems and questions. A person said that during a female, that during the love act, she has tried with many partners, but she cannot feel the orgasm. The peak never comes, and this has made her frustrated. What was happening? The person was using the artificial devices like the electric vibrators. Now in the West, they are using these. Once you use an electrical vibrator, then it will be difficult for you to feel orgasm in a natural way. Then your inner system, the organs become dull and they will not feel, they become dull and dead, and they will not feel any kind of sensitivity. you will now need a more powerful vibrator, because this is something like taking the LSD. So once you start taking the drugs, it creates a dullness. Then you have to keep on increasing the doses. You are not following the normal way to feel the cosmos as translucent, ever blissful light. LSD will make you dull ultimately, because with it you will not be growing. If you grow, then it is totally a different process. Then you become more and more sensitive. So what happens when you are going deeper into meditation? You become more and more sensitive. And as you become more and more sensitive, you will look at the world differently, like a child looks at everything with an eye of miracle, and everything comes to him like a déjà vu. Now you can sense everything that you have never sensed before, because you were not sensitive that time. Meditation brings that sensitivity in you. This technique that I had mentioned, that the third technique, feel the cosmos as translucent, ever-living presence. This technique is based on your inner sensitivity. First of all, you have to grow your sensitivity. How it can be done? Close your doors. What are the doors? Close your eyes. Or if you are in a room, close the room, turn off the light, make the room dark, and light a small candle, a very small light. Sit near the candle and let there be a loving attitude, rather with a prayerful attitude. You can use crystal lamps, or you can use candle, or you can use a blue strobe light. So turn off the light. That is why I emphasize, when you are going, you have retired for the day, you are going to rest, let there be a very mild light, maybe amber light, because the light of the candle is amber color. And you are sitting near it. In meditation, you can sit near it in a prayerful attitude. Just pray to the candle. Reveal yourself. And what are you doing the prayers? Reveal yourself to me. You are asking the light to reveal its miracles, its mysteries to you. Take a bath. Take a shower you are going to take. Throw cold water on your eyes. Then sit in a very prayerful mood before the candle. Look at it and forget everything else. Just look at the small candle, the flame, and the candle. Go on looking at it. After 5 minutes, you will feel that many things are changing in the candle. They are not changing in the candle. Remember, your eyes are changing. So, wash your eyes with the cold water. Sit down you come to your room. Light a candle and sit down in front of the light. And keep on looking at it. This is in yoga one of the meditation that is called Tratak. Tratak, you are looking at the Tratak is a different one, looking at the candle light. So you will feel that the many things are changing in the candle, but really nothing is changing in the candle. Instead, your eyes are changing, your vision is changing. With a loving attitude, with the whole world closes out, with a total concentration, with a feeling heart, just go on looking at the candle and the flame. Then you will discover new colors around the flame. Experiment with it. Then you will know what I am talking about. So each of these techniques you need to practice. Then you will discover new colors around the flame, new shades which you have never seen before. They are there. The whole rainbow is there. Each light is a combination of 7 colors rainbow, but we do not see. Wherever light is, the rainbow is there because light contains all the colors. Only certain color becomes visible to you and the other colors are hidden. You need a subtle sensitivity. Just feel the sensitivity and go on looking at the candle. Even if tears begin to flow, you continue looking at it. Those tears will help your eyes to be more and more fresh. At times when tears begin to flow, they make your eyes more fresh. So when you are constantly looking at the candle light or the strobe light or the amber light of a salt lamp, you have to keep on looking at it in a prayerful attitude. You will feel that tears begin to flow. So you feel there is a kind of a tension, but it is not. It will make your eyes more and more fresh. Sometimes you may feel the candle, the flame has become mysterious. It is not the ordinary candle, you brought with you. It has taken a new glamour. A subtle divineness has come into it. Go on doing this. You can also do this with many other things, as I mentioned. Instead of lighting every day a candle, you can have a strobe light. Sometimes the bulbs, they have a kind of the flickering, the same kind of approach that you see in a candle, or you are looking at constant light, the light of a crystal salt lamp. Sometimes you may feel that the flame, the candle, has become mysterious. You do not have to read the scriptures. You do not have to chant the psalms or the verses of Upanishads or Quran or anything else. It is just go on looking at it and you will feel that the flame and the candle has become mysterious. It is not ordinary candle you brought with you. It has taken a new glamour, a subtle divineness has come into it. It has become a totally different. Go on doing this And you can do this with many other things. A few people who are experimenting with rocks. I had told them how to experiment, and they mentioned they were experimenting with rocks on the bank of a river. They were trying to feel them with their hands, with their faces, touching the rocks with their hands, tongues, smelling the rocks. In every possible way, they were feeling the rocks. Just ordinary rocks that were found on the bank of the river. When you try something like this for 1 hour, everyone with a rock, then you will feel a miracle happens. As I said, this can happen with anything. You are looking at the candlelight, you cannot touch it, but you can place your hand in front of it. You can continuously looking at it. You can be in a prayerful moment. You can experiment this with your spouse as well. An ordinary act becomes totally transformed. An ordinary rock, if you have a sympathetic relationship with it, anything, you can do it. First of all, you have to develop that sensitivity. If you have developed that sensitivity, you can experiment with anything. I said anything, you can experience it with your laptop. You turn on the screen of the laptop, you are looking at the video, just silence the sound and keep on looking at it. Times you can close your eyes. The more sensitive you are not looking at trying to understand it. When you are listening to these videos, you are looking. If you have developed sensitivity, then you will not bother about the words that I am speaking. What I am speaking will become irrelevant. What will become significant is that something will begin to happen within you. Your sensitivity will make a difference. And then while listening to this, maybe tears may begin to flow out of you. It is not what these words, the energy, the sound vibration is created along with your sensitivity. It has created something miraculous in you. And that is how the process of transformation happens. Transformation does not happen when you come here. You are coming with a logical mind and you are listening to what I am saying. You are flowing with the energy. You are becoming one with the sound vibrations that creates an energy. And if you do not have sensitivity, then even an ordinary beautiful person with a beautiful person will become like a rock. You cannot fall in love. And if you have sensitivity, that rock will become alive for you. If you have developed that sensitivity, these words as they are flowing, they will become, you will fall in love with that energy. Sensitivity must grow. Your every sense must become more and more alive. That is why In Upanishads there is a prayer. We have the five sense organs, eyes that create the form, ears that hear the sound, the nostril that hears the smell, the tongue that touches, that feels the taste. So eyes, ears, nose, tongue and skin is the touch. Are you sensitive when you touch someone? Are you sensitive when you embrace your spouse? What you feel the body only. Are you sensitive enough to feel the warmth, to feel the love? When you kiss a person, you feel the touch of the lips. Do you feel the warmth? And just the touch, you feel that everything has happened. The more sensitive you are, you will feel the moment your hand is put on, you put your hand onto the hand of your spouse, a kind of a warmth is felt, a touch is felt. That touch becomes a miracle, and it is that touch that creates the miracle and transformation. So the prayer says, Bhadram karnebhi shrunuyam deva, Bhadram pashya me akshara jatra. May I hear through my ears that which is not heard, which is subtle. We are hearing only the gross sound. We are not hearing the subtle sound. We are touching the gross body. As I said, when you embrace your spouse, it is a gross touch. It is not the subtle touch. Subtle touch is not the touch, it is the warmth. Then the bodies disappear. There is only the two bodies become channel for the flow of the energy. When you are looking at the eyes, looking through the eyes, the candle which is gross, the grossness disappears. You enter into the subtle vision. You enter into the subtle aspect of the looking at the candle. And that is what creates a miracle. You are looking at the river rivering. You are looking at the waves rising on the surface of the ocean. But our enjoyment is nothing else but blaring music and noise. So the sensitivity must grow. Next time when you get an opportunity to embrace your spouse or kiss the person, there are two aspects. The two bodies are touching one another. The lips are touching one another in the act of kiss. But do you feel something more than that? And if you begin to feel something more than that in an embrace, then and that requires tremendous sensitivity, a meditative insight. You feel a totally difference. The person will become alive for you. The candle will become alive for you. The rock will become alive for you. Everything will become alive for you. Then the cosmos. Then you feel the cosmos as translucent, ever-living presence. The candle is a living presence. The touch is a living presence for you. The look is a loving presence for you. But what happens when you embrace someone? There is no feeling. The only thing is thinking. That you are thinking that you are embracing. I have mentioned yesterday that you have to move from thinking to feeling. Sensitivity must grow. Your very sense must become more and more alive and be intense. That's why there are 5 outer gross sense organs and 5 subtle. That is what this prayer says. May I look through the eyes that which is subtle. May I hear through the ears that which is subtle. May I feel the sensitivity of touch, anything else. Feel the cosmos as a translucent, ever-living presence everywhere light is. Because science says the cosmos, everything is composed of electrical particles. Whether you say sound or you say light, it means the same thing. Light is energy, sound is energy. Feel the cosmos as translucent, ever-living presence everywhere light is, in many, many different shapes and forms. Light is happening everywhere. Look at it. And everywhere light is, because the whole phenomenon is based on the formation of light. Quran says God is light and we are embodiment of, we are created in the image of God. So we are light. Bible says in the beginning was the Word, Word was with God. Word also creates light, because Word is an energy, light is an energy. Look at a leaf or a flower or a rock, and sooner or later you will feel the rays of light coming out of it, and they are entering into you. Just wait patiently. You have to feel the sensitivity. Do not be in a hurry, because nothing is revealed when you are in a hurry. You just want to embrace your spouse and finish. No. Let the embrace be. There is no hurry in it. You have the whole world of time with you. Feel the sensitivity. Wait silently with anything, and you will discover a new phenomenon which was always there, but of which you were never alert, not aware of it, not sensitive about it. Feel the cosmos as the translucent, ever-present, ever-living presence. Feel this candle light as ever-living presence. Feel the touch of the spouse as ever-living presence, and your mind will become completely silent as you feel the presence of ever-living existence. The moment you are feeling deeper in the touch of the spouse, your mind will become silent. Your eyes will close. And mind will become completely silent, as if you feel the presence of everlasting, ever-living existence. And that time, the embrace will give you a totally a different kind of experience that you never had before. You will be just a part in it, just a note, a musical note in a great symphony. No burden, no tension. The drop has fallen into the ocean. fana has happened, the merger has happened. The great imagination will be needed in the beginning. And if you are also trying with other sensitivity, training it will be helpful. So in the beginning, imagination is needed. You can experiment it with your spouse. You can experiment it whatsoever profession you are in. How it could be felt. You are opening the lock. You hold the key in your hand. You do it mechanically. When you feel the touch of the key, you just feel the touch of the key and the lock as it opens. The lock opens, there comes a sound. We sensitive feel that sound deep within you. And you will see the difference. This is how one can live a spiritual or inner life, not by going to the temples, churches and so, or dressing in a particular manner. As you are in the shower, water drops falls on you and touch your body. You can feel that sensitivity. The drop has fallen into the ocean, but great imagination will be needed in the beginning. And if you are also trying with other sensitivity, training will be great helpful. You can experiment when you are in the kitchen, you are touching, you are holding the knife or other instruments. Feel, be sensitive to those. These will become alive with you. I have heard about Oliver Goldsmith. It was said that normally when someone dies, his epitaph is written on his grave. So it said what will be written on the epitaph of Oliver Goldsmith. So a poet, young poet, David Garrick, stood up and he wrote, "Here lies a man who was an angel with a pen in his hand, and he talked like a poor Paul. When I am sitting on my laptop working on the laptop, there is a sensitivity, that connection. That connectivity makes it so sensitive that the words starts flowing. Yes, the words flow at such a speed that at times there may be a spelling mistake or so. This is what is called vision. This is what is called vision. Vedavyas, the composer of the Upanishads and Bhagavad Gita, etc., he was sitting in meditation and then he had a vision. Things were coming to him at such a speed that it was almost impossible for him to pen it down. He requested for a scribe. Mirza Ghalib, the poet, says that these thoughts आते हैं ये मज़ामी ख्याल में गैप से. These thoughts comes to the mind from an unknown source, and the sound that you are hearing आते हैं मज़ामी ख्याल में गैप से, गालिब नवाए शरोज शरीर खामा hai. And when the pen moves on the paper, there is a sound. That sound is that of an angel who speaks through me. When whatsoever be your profession, if you are sensitive and you are doing the cooking, as you begin the process, you will realize that you get new insights into it. Something that you have never experienced before. And when the dish is finally made, it is something different. When a musician touches the musical instrument, the similar thing happens to him. He creates such symphonies and musical notes, whether it is Beethoven's sonnet or anything else. All this happens. You can try it in many ways. I am not talking about a specific thing. You have to feel it on your own. If you are driving the car, the moment you open the door, feel the sensitivity. When you sit down, you put your hands on the steering wheel, you turn on the ignition, you change the gear. All these can be used to increase your sensitivity. You are in the kitchen cooking something, you have to shred the vegetables. You are using the knife, the chopping board, the cutting board, the vegetables. You can be in a loving manner. Then what it is happening, these will start responding to you. The paper, the words will respond to you, and you will feel a tremendous sensitivity, and with that you will feel a transformation happen in you. You can try it in many ways. Just take someone's hand in your hands, close your eyes, and feel the life in the other. A person is alive. Your spouse is alive. But you do not have the sensitivity to feel that aliveness. Feel it. That's why when the Hindus, they touch the feet with their fingertips, fingertips represents the energy flows out of that. It is the receptor as well as the transmitter. So when you put your hands on something, your fingers are put there, fingers begin to receive the energy. It becomes like a receptor. And when you put your hands on somebody's hands, then that person is transmitting energy to constantly. Everything, sensitive or insensitive, is a transmitter of energy. Now you want to touch it, you become the receptor, and the receptor and the transmitter, they are in harmony with one another. Energy begins to flow between the two. The moment you turn, there is a copper wire in your electric channel. So when the moment switch is turned on, the energy begins to flow from the receptor, from the transmitter to the receptor. The switch was blocking the flow of the energy. The bulb is ready to receive the energy. The moment the switch is turned on, the energy begins to flow. The moment you put your hands on the hands of your spouse, you close your eyes. You don't need to see that person. You need to feel the presence. And then You can close your eyes and feel the life in the other. Feel it and allow it to move towards you. So you start feeling the energy is moving towards you. Your spouse is feeling the energy moving towards him. There becomes a circle of the energy. Feel your own life and allow it to move towards others. Sit near a tree or on the bank of the river or on the seashore. Close your eyes and feel the life arising in the tree, and you will feel the change immediately. When a couple times I had done the meditation sessions, I carried the few friends along with me to the seashore and remain at a time when the sun is rising and there is no noise as normally happens around the beach. So you are sitting with your eyes closed, feeling the waves rising, the sound. Close your eyes and feel the life arising in the tree, and you will feel the change happening to you. There is no set pattern for it. I have heard about one experiment. A doctor was experimenting with people to see whether their feeling has changed their biochemistry. Your feeling changes your biochemistry. Now, he has reported that feeling changes the biochemistry because with that touch, certain chemicals, certain natural chemicals, serotonin, this and that is released in your body. He experimented with a group of 12 people. He collected their urine before the experiment, and the urine was ordinary and normal. Each person was under a different kind of a stress. The sample was different. One has shown a film of horror, anger, violence, cruelty. It was just a film. Now, for 30 minutes, he was shown a film of horror. Of course, with the film, his emotions changed. He felt stress. To another person, a joyful film was shown. He felt happy. And so on. The experiment went on. And he went on doing the different experiments with 12 people. Then their urine samples was taken again, and analysis showed that everyone's sample had a different quality. The chemicals has changed the body. The person who felt horror was ill now. The person who felt hope, happiness, joy was healthy now. So the cause of your sickness is your thought process. What is going on in what the film is going on in you? Is it of fear? Is it of anger? Is it of anything else? You are not aware of what you are doing with yourself. Constantly the kind of thoughts you nourish and nurture every moment that changes the biochemistry. It can heal you and it can make you sick as well. When you go and see a murder film, you do not know what are you doing. You are changing your body chemistry. If you are reading a detective novel, You do not know what are you doing. You are killing yourself. You will become excited. You will become afraid. Tension will come to you. This is how we enjoy a detective novel. So always choose the music, the literature that that changes the biochemistry for bringing a fulfilling life in you. The more you get excited, seeing or listening or reading something, you are changing the body chemistry. All these techniques that has been explained, and I keep on explaining on a day-to-day basis, they will change your body chemistry. When you are listening to these talks, or specifically there was a meditation, the light of the being, that is available on YouTube, light of the being. When you are listening to this, it changes your biochemistry. It makes you more and more alive, sensitive. And when you are alive and sensitive, the biochemistry changes, and you will begin to feel totally different, energetic, full of energy now. If you feel the whole world as filled with light rays, that is what the sutra says. They feel the entire cosmos as translucent, ever-living light. Then you are changing your body chemistry, and this is a chain reaction. When your body chemistry changes, you can look at the world with a more aliveness, and the look becomes more alive, the touch becomes more alive. When you touch your spouse, it becomes more alive. Whatsoever you do, and when it is alive, your energy is flowing into it. When you are cooking food, it is transforming. It becomes the source of transformation. That's why my slogan was cooking lovingly, cooking meditatively, cooking for Buddhas. It is not a mere word. It is a totally way of feeling and being more and more sensitive. If you are not loving, you cannot. If you are not sensitive, your love will not flow into that which you are creating. Ordinary things become alive and sensitive for you, alive and pulsating with new life force when you are sensitive and your biochemistry changes. Through love, through understanding, through sensitivity, your body chemistry changes. The biochemistry of the body changes. It can bring healing in you, and it can take you towards the other side. And if it looks more alive, your body chemistry will change again, and then it will become a chain. So this is, if this method is done for 3 months, you will be living in a totally different world, because you will be different now. You will not remain the same. You will not remain the same. The entire body biochemistry will change. Only this much for this morning. Until we meet again, take care and do have a pleasant day.